This is the VeGue VS0606 karaoke party machine, and the name even sounds a little bit like a house party. 0606. VeGue markets this as a kids karaoke machine, and we're going to see if this is just kid stuff or good enough for a party with grown-ups. Alright, this is the VeGue karaoke machine, and let's see what you get in the box. We have a microphone, and it is a very inexpensive looking microphone, I have to say, and a very, very inexpensive feeling. Chintzy, very, very plasticky, lightweight, not a high-end microphone. I'd say not as good as the Rock Band microphones you get with your gaming consoles. Runs off of 2 AA batteries here. Alright. And we have a remote and a bag that also includes USB and a 3.5 millimeter patch cable, as well as a remote for the speaker. Plastic construction on the main body. The seams here are a little rough, I would say. And feels like something's loose on the inside. That seems odd, as if there was a battery banging around in there. I don't know if that's normal. Well, let me know in the comments if you own one of these and if it's making that rattling sound. Let's take a look at the outside of this speaker here. The materials are textured plastic. It feels, it reminds me of a refrigerated cooler in terms of the materials used for the body. And the grill, though it looks metallic, is actually plastic. It's just painted to look metallic, so that's a little disappointing. And there are some leftover plastic extrusion threads on there, so they could have spent a little more time cleaning that up in the factory, and some of the seams look a little bit rough, so it does unfortunately look a bit too budget. But then again, it is a budget karaoke speaker, but it would have been nicer if it looked a little bit nicer. So let's take a look at this control panel here. We have our main mic in, and this is a standard port here. We have our LED switch lighting on and off, and we have a main volume control, which also functions as the on and off button for the power, but it doesn't seem to be powering up. So hopefully that's not because it sounds like this, which sounds like the internals are a bit busted up. Hopefully that's because it needs to be powered up. So I'm gonna plug this in. It's got a micro USB port here to power and charge the unit, and it's got controls for playing and controlling the MP3 audio files on. If you put it in through this SD card slot, you can put in a micro SD card with audio files in there, and it'll play off of that. And it has a standard USB A/B square port here for charging other devices while you're playing it. It also has a reverb control, and again, we'll take a look at those once we get this thing charged up, hopefully. As soon as I plugged it into a USB wall charger, it was working. It turned on, it activated, and I was able to do function tests on it. I let it charge overnight before I began audio testing. For the test, we'll be comparing this speaker to a JYX karaoke speaker that I reviewed previously. We're going to listen to 4 different genres of music and hear how it's rendered through each speaker one at a time. Both speakers are getting the same output levels via Bluetooth, and I've set both speakers at 90% of their max volume. Now, of course, sound quality is a very subjective thing. What I might particularly like, how a speaker sounds, may not be what you like, so I won't get too deep into what I think of how these speakers sound. Leave me a comment yourself. You heard the video. Tell me what you think. One aspect I can speak to is the overall volume, the overall loudness of both speakers. The JYX isn't as loud as the VeGue. A common old school measure for general loudness is the wattage output of a speaker. The JYX has a maximum output of 15 watts. Now, I couldn't find any posted specs on the VeGue, but it's probably more than 15 watts. Now, in terms of real-world loudness, I wouldn't use these in most outdoor parties. Yes, they are technically party speakers, but they're just not loud enough unless your party is in your dorm room or a kid's room, which is probably why they're marketed as a kids karaoke speaker. What I can say, without any spoilers to my opinion, is that these speakers have really poor bass response, and that's to be expected. They are very small, lightweight speakers, so big thumping bass is not something you're going to get with these tiny little drivers. These speakers are karaoke speakers, so they should be optimized for the human voice, the mid-ranges. And I'll be testing that next with a wireless microphone. But before I do that, I'd just like to ask you to please hit the like and subscribe buttons, especially if you've been enjoying this review. And leave a comment and tell me what you think. Alright, so you've had a chance to hear what this sounds like, and that may not impress any audiophiles out there, but then again, you're buying this as a karaoke speaker, not as a hi-fi speaker. And to that effect, you would use it by using your included wireless microphone here, and you just put a battery in there, and it should automatically connect with the speaker. So now that you have a PA speaker, and you can adjust the amount of volume that you're outputting through the microphone, as well as you can add some reverb for echo effect. I'm going to back off a lot on that. Okay. And you can bring in a microphone through the 1/4-inch RCA jack or the 3.5mm auxiliary audio jack. And of course, you can bring in analog audio through there. Or you can also use the built-in radio. Well, not talk radio. You can sing to music on the radio, but most people will be using the Bluetooth, and that's the connection chime there. So let's give it a try here. Add a little bit of volume there, and a little bit of reverb, but not a lot. Okay. So there you go. Of course, your performance will largely be determined by your own singing ability or lack thereof. But if you're interested in picking up one of these VeGue kids karaoke machines, I've included a product link on my full written article in my blog, moondogindustries.com. And if you got something out of this video, a little bit of entertainment, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching. Moondog, out. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please share it on forums, Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, MeWe, whatever social media you're on. And if you want to see all of my videos, check out moondogindustries.com.